Welcome back to another episode of Who the Fuck. It's the show that aims to take a deep dive into some of the acts and that's for Reading Leeds 2019. In today's video, we're looking at King Princess. She is an up-and-coming pop star. I don't think she's actually really a full-on pop star. She's a bit more left in the field than that. She's from the US. If you've never heard of her before, hopefully this video will help answer the question, who the fuck is King Princess?
For drinks I'm wasted. I can see you dancing. I can lay down next to you at the foot of my bed. If I drink enough.
Michaela Strauss, aka King Princess, is from Brooklyn, New York City, United States of America. I would describe her as alt pop. Other places have just called her pop, but I don't think it's not cheesy pop. I think it would be really easy to draw comparisons with other kind of pop stars at the moment, like Sigrid or Alma.
I'm chasing
But I think she has a slightly more rock and roll attitude than that. Something that reminds me way more of people like Haim.
Just know that I want you back.
She did a show on BBC Radio 1 where she actually talked about her influences. This would include people like Lou Reed,
It's such a perfect day.
the Yeah Yeah Yeahs, Elton John, the White Stripes, and Portishead.
Give me a reason to love you.
All acts that aren't kind of classically pop, but are massive pop acts, that's for sure. We'll start with a not so fun fact. Her grandparents were on the RMS Titanic and unfortunately never made it back to shore. Her story begins as a child. She was introduced to music through her father, who's a record engineer, something that seems to happen quite a lot. Lots of parents being influencing their kids when it comes to music. She was actually offered a music deal at the age of 11, but decided to turn it down because she saw how record companies were trying to influence artists and she wanted to have full control over what she was doing. And so it wasn't until 2018, last year, when she released her debut single, 1950.
I love it when we play 1950.
The record was a tribute to the 1952 novel The Prince of High Salt by Patricia Highsmith Hand, and also to the LGBTQI+ community. It was at this time that I came across her music. I remember Zane Lowe being a huge fan of it. That and Pussy is God.
You really got me. You know that style, baby, when you're around her. You really. I've been crying for hours.
1950 gained plenty of attraction, if you will, when ex-One Direction singer Harry Styles decided to tweet one of the lyrics. And in June of last year, when she released her debut EP entitled Make My Bed on Zelig Records. Zelig Records, there's a new one for us. This is a record company founded by Mark Ronson.
When I get to know you, and I'm gonna call you. The late night feelings.
Now, if you have any idea about my musical input, you'll know that anything that Mark Ronson touches turns to gold. The idea of her working with Ronson on her debut album is something that excites me significantly. It's an imprint that started by Ronson in collaboration with Columbia, which is owned by Sony Music Entertainment, and her album is due out for release later this year. If Ronson's producing it, it's going to be brilliant. Her most popular record is 1950.
So away from you.
Currently sound 8.4 million hits on YouTube. And this is her first time playing Reading and Leeds. She's due to take to the BBC Radio 1 stage on the Saturday at Reading and the Sunday at Leeds, in between Roddy, Richh and Slow Tie. The only problem I can see as a potential with this set is it's going to be a clash with Bexy. And after doing my video on Bexy, I'm quite excited for that set. I didn't think I would be, but I'd quite like to see it. Similar to King Princess, he's sixth from the top. Don't know if that means there's going to be a clash. I know that the One Extra Stage sometimes finishes a little bit earlier than others, and I would imagine that a lot of the One Extra Stage artists won't have as long a set as the Radio 1 stage, but at this stage it's impossible to know. But if she's not clashing, I think I would be foolish not to go and check out her set. I love those two records I mentioned before. Everything else I've heard by her I think is really great. She's a very open artist and someone that I think is just really lovely, and I think her music's wonderful. She's quite funny in interviews, and I think she's going to be absolutely huge, especially with Ronson backing her. You know, I think that's a given. So to say that I missed out on her set when she played the Radio 1 stage, nobody wants to be that fool. So as long as there's no clashes, the potential's there. So on the likely to see scale, this includes clashes, This isn't a comment on just on her music. This is how likely I am to see her set. I'm gonna go with a 6 out of 10. What do you think? Have you heard her play before? Have you seen her before? Do you love her music as much as her fans do? I really honestly think she's going to be such a massive artist, and I think we're really lucky to have her play at Reading this year. So I think just to tick that one off and satisfy my interest, I'd quite like to check out her set. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers. Bye.